Welcome back. Okay, so now we're going to talk about step number 4. And step number 4 is about finding out what is money, and by knowing what money is, being able to attract it into our lives. Because when I ask most people, let me ask you, well, do you want more money? Yes. And then I say, great, so if you want more of it, obviously you must be able to tell me what money is. What is money? Because if you don't know what money is, how are you going to be able to attract it into your lives? Does that make sense? Now, for me, money is nothing but a reflection of the value that you add to society and to the people around you. Okay, so write that down. It's nothing but the value that you give to the people around you. Give a lot of value and you will receive a lot of money. The only difference is, write this down, perceived value. Because you might say, but what I'm doing is add so much value, it's fantastic. But if people around you don't believe, don't perceive it as being value, you're not going to get paid. Think about nurses. I think they add so much value. Teachers add so much value. But in this society, I'm not talking about other societies, in this society it's just not valued, and therefore they don't receive as much money as they could. Together with, there's 3 components. That was number 1. The second one is how creative you can be with the perceived value that you add. Because why is it that so many people earn more money than you? They get the raise. They're ramping up. They're really going for it. Are they cleverer than you? No. Are they more intelligent than you? No. Are they better than you? No. Are they better looking than you? No. None of these things. But they are more creative with the value that they add. What we mean by creativity is just being able to think, some people say outside of the box, whichever way you want to say it, in order to add that extra little bit of something. So for example, if you have somebody who's a fantastic coach, great, but the next person is a fantastic coach, but they also do a session on goal setting. Then the next person says, but I also give a DVD on how to get the most out of your coaching session. And then the next one says, but I've got a website, and you can download things on the website. And the next person says, I can get this article. And the next person says, but I have got a book. That makes me an expert. And they do all of these things, whereas the first person just coached. That's all they did. And it's just not good enough. So you need to add creative things, tiny little things that have a big perceived value, but actually necessarily don't cost you that much. And that was part number 2. Together with number 3, and part number 3 is your passion, your talents, God's given whatever it is. You know, the thing that you love to do, where you literally warp time. So for example, if you're up until 2 o'clock in the morning, you didn't even realize, you thought it was 9 o'clock at night. Bam! That's your passion. That's the thing that you love to do. You could spend hours doing it. Whatever that is, you can make money out of it. Now before, years and years ago, this wasn't the case. But because of the internet and internet marketing, your hobby can become your cash, your gold machine. Now, I'm not saying that you might be a billionaire out of this or a multi-millionaire, but you will earn a lot of money, enough for you and your family, no matter what your hobby and your passion actually is. So many people have come to me and said, I bet I can't make a living out of this. You must be joking. Think of all the things that you can do. So somebody said, but I enjoy dancing. How can I make a living out of that? Are you kidding me? There could be articles about it. There could be DVDs about it. There could be seminars about it. There could be workshops about it. There could be one-on-one about it. There could be tuition. There could be, speed learning how to do it in a weekend. There's so much stuff that you can actually do. Tips on how to do it, and people will pay for this. Remember, people will pay for you to solve their problem. So whatever problem you think people have, if you can solve that problem, absolutely fantastic. There was a 19-year-old who made $1 million out of selling jam. Jam! Did you go to the supermarket recently and have a look at the rows upon rows of marmalade and jam? And did you see that obvious niche, that obvious hole in the market there? I didn't see it. And all it was is he had a real passion for jam. He said it was grandma's recipe, aren't they all? And it was organic. Boom! Went in there. Absolutely amazing. I wouldn't have thought it. But that's what is so incredible, because right now we're at the age of alchemy. This is where we can literally, turn base metals. And here we're not talking about base metals, we're talking about thoughts in the ether. We can grab them like this and turn them into reality. Why is it that Google suddenly dominated the number 1 spot and kicked Yahoo out into the touchlines? How did they do it? 2 or 3 guys got together, they started masterminding a concept I'm going to come on to in step 6, and they made it happen. But it's out of the ether, and that's what I believe wealth is all about. This is what money is all about. Money is nothing but creative flow. And you've got to stop stagnating this flow. And the way that people stagnate their flow is by being disorganized. It's by being untidy. It's by having desks that are full of stuff. It's by being unfocused. You come in the morning and you say, right, I'm going to create wealth today, and suddenly it's 11 o'clock and all you've done is look at your emails, all you've done is answer telephone calls, all you've done is tidy your desk or reply to mail and open mail and all this rubbish, and none of it has gotten you an ounce further to where you want to go. So you've got to get focused. Remember, first thing in the morning, do the £10,000 tasks. Leave the email, the £10 tasks, until later on. You've got to do the £10,000. And Brian Tracy talks about eating your frog first thing in the morning. And that is the project that it's a bit distasteful. You don't really want to do it, so you leave it till last. Well, at the end of the day, you don't have the time, and you don't have the inclination nor the effort. You just don't have the energy to do that particular frog. So that's a £10,000 project. Do it first thing in the morning. The first thing that you do, as soon as you get in, that's what you must work at. Then you can do all the small things. And that's the analogy of the professor who had a glass and he started pouring things in. And the very first thing he did is he put big stones in. And he said, could any more fit in here? And people said, well, no, it's all. And then he put small pebbles in and they fell through the cracks. And he said, could any more fit in? And they said, no. And then they got the sand and they put it in there. Can any more fit in? They said, well, no, surely not now. And then he got the water and he put them there. Now it was full. But was it? Because then he got some salt. And now he said, is it full? And they said, yes, now it is. They started getting angry. Now it is full. And what did he do? He started getting some dye, some colorants, and started putting it in. And this is how you must fill up your day. The big pebbles first, the £10,000 projects. Focus on those first. Don't focus on the sand, because once you've got the sand up into your day, into your glass, you do no longer have time to do anything else. You no longer have the inclination or the effort, or you have the energy to do it. So the first things are get those pebbles into your glass. So, if you want to find out more about what money is and how to manifest it into your life, because quite frankly, it's a 6-step process. We need to get you from this stage where you're saying, well, yeah, I guess I could be wealthy, to I can be wealthy, to I must be wealthy, to I am already wealthy. Those are the steps that we must get you through to get that belief in yourself, that certainty that the money's already there. You just need to claim it. You need to claim it. Some people just are not willing to claim their fair share. They'll say, no, I need to look after everybody else first. No, you need to look after yourself first so that you can help more people. Get your free books, your free downloads, your free audios, free articles. So we're looking forward to seeing you at the next step.